ma'am.
Hello. Comel.
Hello, hi.
Saya Comel.
Someone wants to join this call, Shanker.
Jangan lagi, jangan admit lagi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought.
I asked Arif's help to admit everyone when I start the intro video.
Okay, got it.
My camera somehow does not work. It just say I don't. Tak apa. So Aisyah, can you just keluarkan the slides sekejap? Ma'am just nak tu dengan Sean sekejap.
Okay.
Let me just.
I'm still copy pasting my tally script. I think it's a bit too late to do that, but
Okay. Alright, so okay, I just wanna tukar flow dia sikit.
Yes.
Right, next one. Okay, so this one Sean I dah buatkan like this, so
Yeah.
everything is here. And then the next one.
Kejap Mana next one?
Okay, so Sean talk a bit about our ni, and then just say anyone who wants to know more, just scan or can get in contact with our marketing. And then next one, sekejap. Okay, so again here, prompt to them that, okay, everybody, please take out your phone right now. I want you to go in Grow with Matrix. This is our community engagement platform. We have 80 learning resources, and by registering here, then you will get a complimentary ebook by Google. Okay, just like that.
Okay.
Next, all right, so go through the agenda. Don't have to explain too much, just as long as they know what's going on.
Okay.
And then, right, so this one semalam kita dah go through dah. Okay, this is normal.
Yeah, the problem statement.
Okay, right, so actually I changed to this one first. So I want you to go through this one first. Why? Because the next one is para, right? Because
Yes.
I think you need to explain what is PARA. So kalau tidak nanti macam before it was the para punya sort of intro, and then this one, and then go to para punya in detail. So I think dia macam jadi a bit tak in flow lah.
Okay.
So you just go, okay, I just want to like to share my 3 mantras for email mastery. Okay, and then you go through, okay, for one, what I do is going through this principle, touch it once, add with purpose. When in doubt, snooze it. And here also, again, you just explain a bit, because then you then tell the audience, all right, don't worry, I will explain in detail as we do our hands-on exercise later.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, so the next one, then baru you go into your solutions too.
Next one. This
The
one.
next one, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so right, in order for I can't remember, you sort of like my first mantra is yang tadi yang you cakap, yang touch it once, whatever not, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so then you say, okay, so for that, this is, I would like to share with you, I'm using this para method. Yes? Okay. Then you go into what is P. This one you tak payah explain dulu, but you just say P stands for project, areas, resources, archive. And then label, what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do labeling. I'm sure you guys know how to do it, but we're just going to go through it again for those who's not done this before. We're also going to do filters, snows, and tasks. And all of this is following the touch it once mantra. Boleh?
Yeah.
Okay, then the next one. Then you go to your ni kenapa I think this one dah jadi macam, okay, tak apalah. Then you just clearing the inbox, just going to, you just say lah, I'm just repeating the para. We're gonna use filters.
So for this one, so let's start by setting up so this is the part where we do after this will be the filter.
No, not yet. Sekejap. So that's why I tengok macam ni macam double pula kan. But tak apalah, just dah macam lambat ni biar je. But actually the next one is I want you to explain a bit what is projects, what is areas, what is resources, what is archive. If you go to the next slide, I unhide balik. So you just go sikit sajalah. Tak payahlah cakap banyak sangat. But at least they kind of like know what is it.
So this one I belum jump to my demo screen lah, right?
Belum.
Okay.
So you just habiskan this one, you just give sort of like a minute to just talk about PARA, not a minute each, but just to kind of let me define a bit what is project, so then you guys have a much clearer idea. So project is in email that is short-term, time-bound task. For example, product launch, and then later we're gonna use a label called projects to track project-related email. Okay, now the next one, what is A? Faham tak?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you habis the PARA, baru you go, okay, now everybody, you already understand what is the concept of para. Everybody, I want you to go to your Gmail account, okay, your gmail.com, and then we're gonna practice this. Then baru pergi demo.
Okay.
Okay. Tu je.
Then the PARA lah, right?
Yeah,
So go
yeah.
to PARA.
Yeah.
I see there's one viewer kat sini.
Kat Sarif. No, there's no one.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Paul,
Uh,
Paul.
Paul.
Sis Aisha lah, in case she needs help with anything else.
Right. Yeah. I know. Arif.
Yes, Mr. Paul Lee.
Good morning, Mr. Paul. Our session will start at 10 a.m.
Hi, Paul. Hi.
Hi, Paul. Can he hear us?
But
He's a viewer. Oh, I think I already made the changes just now. Let everyone.
It's okay.
send the
But it's okay. I just just cakap dekat Syah tadi, then you just go until here. Okay,
So,
this one nanti dulu. Right.
So after this,
Yeah,
then
straight away then you go
the-
to the
more. Yeah. Okay.
and then I think straight away lepas tu then you talk about your snooze lah. You don't really have to go back to that one just now lah. You just follow terus your
Yeah.
snooze button, and then what the other one is what? Yeah, you want to show
Snooze, then
the
the
task.
task.
Yes, okay. You just terus buat saja. And this one you just kind of like later you come back here, you just say, oh, we already done that one just now, and here is our summary, yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, itu saja.
And then
Um,
after this, I'll hand back over to Aisha. Kan?
Okay.
Betul.
So I'm gonna play in 1 minute, okay? The
Okay.
voice.
Now also Sean.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
Wow.
Okay.
When all of these tools come together, it's a powerful combination.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's an entire suite of different kind of possibilities.
Hi, I'm Gemini.
What neighborhood do you think I'm in? This appears to be the King's Cross area of London.
Together, we're creating a new era.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
When all of these tools come together, it's a powerful combination.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's an entire suite of different kind of possibilities.
Hi, I'm Gemini. What neighborhood do you think I'm in? This appears to be the King's Cross area of London.
Together, we're creating a new era.
We see you, Raju from Tamil Nadu. Breaking out your best moves. And we're helping millions of others see you too. Keep showing us how it's done, Raju. We see you, Simon.
It's amazing, but
And you, Keiko-san. Sharing the same love of manga.
it's sick.
Even if you don't share the same language. We see you, Slayer 3000, saving the world on your way to work. That girl's got game. We see you, Mike. And restless little May.
Hey Google, turn on Xiaomi baby mode.
We're here to help make quiet time quieter. We see you, Buputri, backed up in the morning rush. We'll help clear the way so you can light up those little minds. better begins with Cloud.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
What does this remind you of?
Schrodinger's cat.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
When all of these tools come together, it's a powerful combination.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's an entire suite of different kind of possibilities.
Hi, I'm Gemini. What neighborhood do you think I'm in? This appears to be the King's Cross area of London.
Together, we're creating a new era.
Hi everyone, good morning. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar, the CEO Playbook for Boosting Productivity with Google Cloud. I'm Aisha from MatrixC Connexion, and I'm excited to have you guys here. In the next 40 minutes, we'll dive into some practical email productivity hacks, and we'll also have Q&A at the end. So feel free to drop your question in the chat as we go. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Sean Tay, CEO of MatrixC. Sean is the leader in productivity strategies, and today he will share his personal insights on managing email more effectively. Let's welcome Sean to the floor.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Am I coming through loud and clear?
Yes, Sean.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you, everyone, for joining this session. I'm really glad and to be doing this after a long while. I believe the last time that I was doing a lot of webinars was during MCO. And since then, I've become quite rusty. But I love doing this, and I'm glad that today, my team has been doing it a lot, and I would like to do the same. So let me jump right into today's session. For those who don't know me, let me introduce myself. So I'm actually the CEO and founder of MatrixC Connexion. In short, we are popularly known as MatrixC, and that's how it is. So we started 16 years ago, and we were the first partner that brought the Google business into Malaysia, and that was back in 2008. Over the years, I've also become a COO and co-founder another company called Unoya Sendirian Berhad, and that's really because we were involved with a very big initiative for Google for the Ministry of Education in Malaysia. So Unoya is an edutech company. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and that's something that I've got into as well. So we are a Google Premier Partner here in Malaysia. As I mentioned, we are one of the first in Malaysia 16 years ago, one of the first Google Cloud Partner. And in 2024, we also won the Google Cloud Partner of the Year for Malaysia. So thank you to you, all our customers, and also my team who have really worked hard to actually bring us to become the Partner of the Year. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about me. And before I also start the session, let me also share a little bit. So today we are also realizing that with the trends in data and AI, we need to also help our customers and also our prospects to be skilled. In fact, we are doing this internally as well, so that we are equally skilled to also help our customers to be on this transformation journey. So we've actually set up MatrixC Academy, and all the courses that we have had in MatrixC Academy are HRDC certified. And we would like to actually introduce 3 particular tracks that is really up with the trends of today. First is the one for AI prompting or prompt engineering, we call it. And the second is data, enterprise data specialist, because data now is everything. Data is the new fuel, the new oil, as the term goes. And we realize that every organization is sitting on a lot of data, and they need to actually get a lot of insights from their data. So we've actually come up with 2 data tracks. One is called Enterprise Data Specialist, where you go through data management, data visualization, and the key part here is data storytelling. And these are for the non-technical folks. Then we also have the Enterprise Data Innovators. That is more for the technical folks. And actually, a lot of them would say that would this be tied to a certain tool? Actually, the key thing here is we are focused more on developing and training the skills required in these 2 tracks, and not so much the tool. So tool can be any tool that your enterprise or your organization already is using, but so it doesn't necessarily mean that it's tied to a particular tool. So for this webinar, and for all the webinars that we are actually running, we would like you to join our Grow with Matrix community platform. And for those of you who join, you will also be able to get the complimentary Growing My Business with Gmail ebook by Google. So can we all have some time where everyone now click on this QR code, or you can go to growwithmatrix.com and then growwithmatrixc.com, as what Arif has also posted in the chat, and then you'll be able to join the community. So can I have everyone just do this for a while, and once you have done so, just click a thumbs up so that I know, and then we can kind of move on. So all of you cannot comment, but if you can give a thumbs up, if you have already joined, that'd be great. Okay, good. So I see quite a number of thumbs up. Okay, then I'll move on. So great. So here's today's agenda, right? I would like to really take this opportunity to share with everyone what has worked for me over the years in managing my inbox more efficiently. Today, we're going to dive into a para method, something that I will explain more detail later, but this method has really helped me tremendously in coping with my email overload. As you can see, being co-founder for 2 companies, having 2 major inboxes, it's really quite a task, I should say. And so I will show you some of the tips and tricks that has helped me to reclaim my time and reduce email stress, which we all will be facing, or rather we all do face today. So like most of us, I used to spend way too much time on emails. According to McKinsey, the most professionals would spend nearly 28% of their workday just dealing with emails. And that's a staggering 2.6 hours every day. And to me, I felt it. The constant pinging, the checking of emails over and over again, it really eats away at your focus. It takes me a while to actually get back into focus after checking every email. And also when I realized that I was rereading emails, the same emails, without acting on them, it was a huge time waster, really. And the day would just go by very quickly. So if that resonates with me, with you, trust me, you're not alone, right? So let me share with you 3 simple mantras that have guided my email management. The first really is touch it once and act with purpose. So whenever you open an email, you should really already immediately decide what you're going to do with it. So you need to act on it. So there is a few choices, really. Either you reply or you archive. Archive really is to say that this is just for knowledge. It doesn't require action. Or you should snooze it for later. And I'll talk a little bit about snoozing, right, which is a feature in Gmail. Second, whenever you're in doubt about what to do with this email, the moment you've opened it, you should actually also decide to snooze it, right? So get it handled, let it go away, and then let it come back, just like when you snooze the alarm clock, right? Next is you should also organize your inbox for the future and not for the past. So it's one about building a system that helps me to keep things tidy going forward. So these are the 3 main mantras that I actually keep in managing all my emails. It's made a big difference for me, and I hope that by sharing this, it will make a big difference for you as well. Okay. So next, so the solution is really this, right? There is a method called PARA. It stands for Projects, Areas, Resources, and Archive. These should be the main key parent folders that should exist in your email inbox. So PARA is a method that is introduced by this guy called Tiaga Forte, who is a productivity guru. And I've learned from him a method that worked for me, and I hope that this is what I'm going to share with you, and this is what I use to help myself become efficient. So there's going to be a hands-on today after I introduce some of these tools. And then when you pair PARA with the key Gmail tools, the 4 that I'm going to talk about today is labels, filters, snooze, and tasks. So you take PARA, you take these Gmail tools, and then you follow this mantra of touch it once, right? Every time you've touched your email, do something with it, and do something with it with the labels, filters, snooze, and tasks using the PARA method. So, okay, let's dive a little bit and let me set up what this PARA actually means, right? And this is actually the first quick win. So I don't know how many of you have, let's say, let me pick a number. My number is much larger, and of course, over the years, and it's still my ambition by end of this year to get it down to 0. So who here, give me a thumbs up, have less than 10 unread or 10 emails in your inbox? Thumbs up. Wow, really? Okay. You are one of the very few. Okay, who has more than 1,000 emails in your inbox? Okay, a few people have raised them. Okay, thanks for being honest. Okay, before I came on to this method, I probably have like 30,000 emails because I have this obsession of trying to have a zero inbox. I don't know who here have this ambition, but my sister, who is a partner at one of the big four, she's a big proponent of this. So her inbox must be zero, and her unread also must be zero. And that's one of the ambitions that I have, but over the years. But anyway, without me being too chatty, because today is going to be a hands-on, let me just talk a little bit about what the P stands for. So here's the definition of P, right? P is for projects, things which have a short-term time-bound task, things that have a defined deliverables. So anything that is finite, where there is a end goal and it's short-term. Short-term means anything less than 3 months or whatever, which is an ongoing project, and there are clear deliverables and a deadline. Everything that resembles this kind of email should go into P. Then there would be areas. So some of you are in the role of finance, and some of you are in the role of IT and all that. So there could be projects and initiatives or even reports that you actually get on a quarterly basis or yearly basis or weekly or monthly basis. So all these should go into areas, right? Which is the folder that you're going to call area. So all these are things that are ongoing, and they do not have a definite timeline. Of course, unless you change your role, right, into something else. So anything that resembles that should go into A. And resources. So we all subscribe to a lot of newsletters, and hopefully you are also reading some of the newsletters that my marketing team are sending to you with the latest trends and tips and tricks. So all these should go under R, right, which is a resource folder. So these are things which are not actionable, but they are valuable information, and you may use it at some point in time, right? And this could also, be something that relates back to certain reports that doesn't require your action and not related to your role as well. And the last one is archive. So archive is your best friend, right? That's this person that says it's considered either a project that's completed. So whatever that is a project and it's completed, it's closed off, you move that entire folder into archive. So you can refer to it in the future, or any other email that is not urgent, they are not part of resource, they just happens to come into your email, you don't feel like deleting it, then everything should just go into archive. Okay. So with that, let me jump into my screen. I'm gonna actually show you how we're gonna do this first and foremost, right? So everyone can see my screen right now? Okay, so this is my demo account. Of course, I can't be showing you my actual account. So we're gonna do a few things here. So as I mentioned, the first thing that I want to teach you is to set up the labels, right? So labels equals folders in Gmail. So everyone, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to actually go into your demo and you're in your Gmail right now. So of course we're using Gmail, but it doesn't matter whether you're using the paid Gmail or the free Gmail. So, okay, good. So everyone is now, so yeah, for my team, if there's anything that I need to pause or stop, please just jump in and shout out to me, yeah, because I'm going to be looking at my screen. So the first thing and foremost, I want each of you to create the 4 key labels, PARA, P-A-R-A, projects, areas, responsibility, resources, and also archive. So click on this button here, create new label, and then you will actually use, so project. Okay, Of course, you can have sub-labels, right? We will go into that later, but let's just focus on these 4 labels, because I've met some people who have like 500 folders. Maybe that's their way of organizing, but to me, it's just too much. So let's just focus on these 4. So the first is project. So I will create project. Now you can see there's project here. So what I like to do is, let me just go ahead. So everyone, I want you to proceed to create your folders. So the first is project. Second is areas. Create. And then next is called resources. Create. And then next is called archive. Create. Archive, create. Let me just refresh this. Press this button. Archive. Sorry, can't create archive. It's a system. Okay. So this is the trick that I use. So remember, I like it to be called para, right? So what I do here is I will edit this and I'll put a 1. And area is the second key folder. I will edit this and I put a 2. And resources is the third para. So I did this, put a 3. And just now it says that I cannot create a folder called archive because in Gmail, there is already a folder called archive, or there is a system, although it's not here, but there is a system folder that's called archive. So anyway, I will do a /archive. Now I can create. So for those who can't see, so now I have these 4 labels called PARA. So have everyone done this? If everyone done this, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so now this is the first tool that you can actually use to actually get your inbox to be 0, right? So remember the rules that I just mentioned, 0. So the next thing is, the next tool is, okay, so I'm going to go through all my emails, right? In this case, so the next rule to remember is touch it once, right? Whenever you open an email, you need to do something about it. So the first is the label. Second is now the filters. So I've actually subscribed to like McKinsey and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to open an email. So your best friend is this feature called filters. So if everyone, you're not sure about filters, I'm going to touch about filters right now, because filters are rules, right? Email rules that you can configure so that whenever an email that comes in and it fits that rules, then it gets handled using that rule. So I know that things like McKinsey and all these are things that's going to be coming to me from this particular email publishing. So on this 3 little button, open the email first, right? Click on this 3 button and then say filter messages like this. So it's going to filter messages like this. So in this case, I only have 1, but in my actual mailbox, I have like thousands of these emails because I subscribe to their newsletters. So what you then do is you will click create filter, and then you can see you have a bunch of options here on how you want this to be treated every time it comes from publishing. So you would say, okay, I want this to skip the inbox because I don't want this to add a count to my unread emails, or even or even my inbox count. So the next thing is, do you want to mark it as read? So if you're a person who cannot stand looking at high count of unread emails, so you will like to mark it as read as well, right? But for me, if let's say if I do have the habit of weekly reading some of it, I wouldn't mark it as read, so that whenever I do read it, then it will then be marked as read by itself. But for those of you, if you're really sticky about having low unread emails, only things which are important should be unread, then you can go ahead and mark it as read. So the email is going to come in, it's going to skip the inbox, it's going to go straight into, you're going to get out of your inbox, and then you're going to mark it as read. And then you can apply this label called, so for me, things by McKinsey, I do read, right? Because they do have some fantastic articles. So I would actually put it under resource. So every time it will just get added into resource. And then I would say, never send it to spam. And then I would say, so you would normally be able to see at the very last option, there would be a number of emails that you may have that match this conversation rule. So make sure you click this as well, and then you click create filter. It's asking me to sign in. Oops. My authenticator. Three, two, six. Okay. So I've done this. So if I go to resource, I can see that this is in here. If I go to inbox, it's no longer in my inbox. Okay. So for those who have done this, can you do a thumbs up? Okay, wonderful. So I'll do the same for PwC as well. In this case, I'm subscribed to their insights. Then I will just click this and filter messages like this, create the filter, skip the inbox, mark as read, apply it to the folder called resource, apply it to 2 matching emails, and then say create the filter. So now if I go in here, if I go to resources, I will see 3 emails. And then my mailbox now has reduced to 5, right? So you can do the same with your project. So if you're in a particular conversation with a project with a customer, for example, and then you can say filter messages like this. You can say it's from whoever, or it's to whoever, or if there's a particular subject matter, you can add all these and then go create the filter, right? And then you can say, do not mark it as read because these are all projects. So I can put it to project. So now every email that comes from Sean@matrixc.com is going to go into a project, and then you can click here, create. And of course, in most of our cases, we will be dealing with multiple projects or multiple events that has particular deadline. And this is where, of course, you can create, let's say, project ABC, and then you put it nested, which means it's going to be a subfolder of the parent project. So then you will see a subfolder here, and you can give it a color as well, right? So anything that is okay. So here, where did all the email rules go, right? So I would like to show you that the email rules have now come to, you go to see all settings. If you go to your filters, so these are the 3 rules that you have actually created already. If at any time you want to update or modify them, you can always click the edit button to edit. Okay. So now, just to recap, I've shown you labels, I've shown you filters. And the great thing about Gmail is that sometimes you may decide that this particular email may be relevant to two labels. So like in this case, this is something about an event. So let's say this, I would like to put it under projects, but I also would like to make it a resource as well, and I can actually apply. So in this case, you can park the same email and assign it with two labels. So if I go to resources, I will see this AI Vietnam thing. If I go to projects, I will also see this AI Vietnam thing. So you notice the label is here, right? Okay, so we have conquered two things. We have conquered labels, we have conquered filters. The next thing I want you to do is to actually understand snooze. So let's say I accidentally open this email, but I don't know what to do with it right now. So, and I'm actually on the go, right? So I can actually click this button called snooze and say that I want to attend to this only next week on Monday. So it's gone. It's gone from my inbox. So I can say, okay, all this, I want to put them as resources. I know already it's actually resources, but I should actually get, I should actually create a rule for it so that I don't have to do this manually all the time. Okay, so all of you get the idea? Give me a thumbs up if you're still following me after all this while. Okay, great. So I hope these are useful, and you can use this filter, snooze, and also labels to actually get towards zero inbox, right? So snooze is actually a friend as well, because one of the things that I wanted to touch on was also to talk about when you're on the email on the go. So obviously most of us are on our mobile device. And for me as well, I do read my email on the move because to me, it's also, of course, not when I'm driving, okay? But when you're traveling. So when you're moving about, so this is where the snooze button is really very helpful. So snooze it. You can pick a time and date and say that, okay, I'm going to be arriving at my destination at 8 p.m. Once I check into a hotel and once I get seated. So then change this to 8 p.m. So the email will come back at 8 p.m. and now it's gone. So remember, our aim is to get to zero, right? So let's say I have no time to attend to all of this. I can just snooze all this and I say, okay, I want to focus today. I'm just going to get this all come back to me tomorrow. So, but where did all the email go, right? The email actually all is staying inside here in snooze. So if you happen to have time to spare, and then you can actually go into this snooze area to look at all the emails that you have snoozed and then take some action. Otherwise, you're happy focusing, running about your day with knowing that you've handled every email that has come to you with a zero inbox. Is this helpful? Maybe a different emoticon if you feel that this has been insightful for you. Yeah, yay, zero inbox, indeed. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, fantastic. So this has really helped me. So let me stop presenting and look at where my next slide is supposed to be. Yeah, thanks, Aisha. Can you make me to have control of the slide again? Okay, wonderful. So what I've covered here is also the snooze button. So I think snooze is really a very good tool, and you should use it really for your everyday work. So the next is also creating tasks and events. So sometimes you will get an email where it requires you to then do certain things, and you want to make sure that it gets added into your to-do list. So here I want to show you the last tip of the day, which is how do you create or convert an email to a task or a calendar event. So let me just go back to my mailbox again to show you. So everyone's in your mailbox. So, okay, I'm gonna choose this email particularly. And I feel that maybe not this one, maybe this one, where I'm supposed to sign up or discuss this opportunity. So what I do now is I can actually create an event using this email. So when you do that, you will actually see that if there was a few recipients in that email, in this case, it was an email that was forwarded from my working account to this demo account. But if it was in the original email, you would actually have the participants in that email added to this invitee list, guest list. And then the email would actually, the email subject would be actually the subject of the event. And then you can go ahead and schedule this for next week, Monday, 11 a.m. And it's a Google Meet or Zoom or a physical meeting, you decide. And you can see that the event details are attached down here, which is actually the email itself. And then you can click Save. And then you can send, invite all guests. So you can see that next week, I have this event already scheduled from the email directly. So this is how you can also take immediate action from an email where you need to know that will then become a calendar event. So what if it's not an event? So let me come back to my email. But I need to do something with regards to this email. So what you can do is that there is this icon here that is called Add to Tasks. So you can click here and it becomes a task. And you can see that in this task, the email is actually attached here. If you click on this, it will actually open the email in the future. So you can set a date and time. So I need to do this probably tomorrow. I can attend to this probably at 12 noon. And if it's a repeating task, you can click it's repeating, but otherwise, you know, whether it repeats 1 day, 2 days, up to you. So in this case, it's not. Yeah. So here, I have it as a task. Because I didn't add a date and time, so it doesn't appear. So if I do this, set a time at 9:30 a.m. and I say, okay. So if I go to my calendar, I've set it on the 18th. So I can see that there is a task here for me to do. And I can click on this and it opens up the email. Okay. So this, again, is a very helpful tip. This you can do from your desktop. It's in the desktop view. So again, if you're not convenient to be doing this while you're on the go, snooze it. And then when it's convenient for you, go into your snooze and then go attend to it. So let me then jump back to the slide. Stop presenting. Yeah, Aisha, give me control of the slide. So, okay. Sorry, I didn't wait for everyone to sort of do it with me, but I'll just like to have a check here, like how many of you managed to actually follow the step. So I think, okay, a few. Don't worry, I will actually provide you the slides for this. And of course, if you have any video tutorial that you like us to send you on how to create some of these things, we will send it to you. So just to recap, the key takeaway here is touch your email once, act with purpose, right? Every email that comes out with you, act on it. So the tools that I've taught you today is Let me have a pointer. Oh, so I don't have a pointer, but the key thing here is when in doubt, snooze it to a later date, right? The next thing is organize for the future and not for the past. So these are the three mantras that I first started with when we talk about this webinar in order to become a Gmail master, right? Or the email master and take control of your time and not take control of your email and not your email taking control of you, so to speak. So the next is really utilize labels, filters, snooze, and tasks. Your email and your calendar, for me, as a very, very busy person, these are the two key things that that live with me every day, email and calendar, right? So if it's not in my calendar, then I don't know what to do. So usually this using tasks tied to emails will actually be very helpful to make sure that when you snooze away things or when you're supposed to act on something, you have a calendar that reminds you, right? It's just not in your head. Because if you go to Tiago Forte, his book is all about having a second brain. So having digital tools to actually be your second brain, because we all know that our brain is too occupied with too many things. You will tell yourself, I will remember, but the truth is so many things will come in and you might not remember. So, and the last thing is to apply the para method. So this is where I sort of do my recap, and I hope that whatever I've shared has been useful for everyone on the call. If it's useful for you, maybe just give me an indicator of a thumbs up if this has been helpful. Yeah, thanks very much. So for those who are interested in really knowing more, the person that I learned this from is Tiago Forte. So I don't claim this to be my method, but he is the one that popularized the para method. So you can apply this to all the tasks or your way of organizing productivity for yourself. And in this session, what I've done is I've used the para method to apply to email because, yeah, email is one of our key attending items for our work and professional. So with that, I end. Thank you very much. I hope that the session has been helpful to some and that it really helped you to be more productive going forward. And then let's try to achieve a zero inbox. Yeah. So over to you.
Okay, thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
So we are already at the end of our session. I will appreciate if everyone can scan the QR code for feedback form and drop your feedback for our session so we can improve in our future webinar. And sorry, I forgot to switch on my camera. And to improve in our next event and webinar. Here, and also for those who missed out the Grow with MatrixC registration, you can also scan the QR code there. And for everyone who already dropped your feedback and join our Grow with Matrix, you get the ebook from Google that I will be sending to you guys. Yeah. Also, Arif also shared the link in the chat, so you guys can click there.